It's 1 year after people, and buildings along the world's almost 182,000 miles of coastline are being infiltrated by an invisible enemy: humidity. In Dubai, humidity is witheringly high, between 80 and 90%, posing a particular threat to the Burj Al Arab Hotel. Rising up on an artificial island in the Persian Gulf, the 1,050-foot sail-shaped hotel was a symbol of the country when it was completed in 1999. But like all the high-tech towers in Dubai, the design that attracted tourists is a magnet for destruction, now that people are gone.
The Dubai skyscrapers are very, very tall. A great many mechanical devices keep them running properly. A lot of air conditioning, a lot of mechanical temperature controls. That area is also very humid, and it's right by a body of salt water. So the climate and the very nature of those kinds of structures is working against them.
In the time of humans, the air conditioners in the Burj battled both heat and humidity. Now, hot salt air seeps in, and mold, bacteria, and yeast eat away the linens and walls, while the 9,000 tons of steel begin to corrode.
I would say the saltwater air could probably enhance corrosion by a factor of 2 or 3.
If humans suddenly disappeared from Dubai, those buildings would start deteriorating literally within a year or two.
In Dubai, the Burj Al Arab can no longer hold out against nature's attacks. The metal skin of the building has fallen away, and the corroded, mold-ridden structure falls apart.
Years after people, around the world, the places where mankind once lived now struggle against the returning wrath of nature. The tallest home on Earth is no exception. This is the Burj Khalifa in the desert kingdom of Dubai. When completed in 2010, it became the world's tallest skyscraper, and it's home to over 1,000 private apartments, some as high as the 108th floor.
The Burj Khalifa is over 2,700 feet tall. That's twice the height of the Empire State Building. You can see that building from over 95 kilometers away.
Staring blankly over a humid, salt-drenched wasteland, the building is in desperate need of a bath. In the time of humans, huge bucket machines weighing 13 tons were used to wash the exterior in a desperate race to prevent corrosion from Dubai's dense, salty humidity.
These devices are suspended by cables. They are a potential point of failure, especially if they're already filled with fluid.
Dangling hundreds of feet in the air, they haven't scrubbed the building in a decade, and it shows.
The window washing machines are very heavy, and the cables would likely fail over 5 or 10 years.
One of the massive buckets breaks loose, and swan dives 2,000 feet to the desert below. "250 years after people. In Dubai, the world's tallest building with its 1,000 empty apartments still towers nearly half a mile above the desert floor. Sandstorms and ocean humidity have shredded the Burj Khalifa's exterior. revealing a towering skeleton quaking in the wind.
In A Life After People, larger wind gusts would stress the building a little bit more, cracks would open up a little bit more.
Now, one question becomes critical. Which will fail first? The columns of the building's top or bottom?
There's a lot of stresses in that lower area that are subjected to the corrosive environment next to that salt water. And as concrete cracks and becomes stressed, one potential for the collapse is its connection at the base.
A huge sandstorm blows in from the desert. The tallest tower mankind ever built keels over in the largest building collapse the planet has ever seen.